Hi there, and welcome back to Torment, Tides of Numenera. This is your host, Immanuel, and we're going to talk to Callistege.
How may I guide you?
Because she wants to talk.
Yes, child? That man, Phoenix, was it simply the missing knowledge of his own death that drew him back to life? Or do you think it was something more?
That is the great question, right? Maybe it is like the grand theory of we're just a simulation. What should we answer? I mean, it's all interesting, but what would you curious, Nano, or how would we interpret this? That's the question here. As a Nano, why does there need to be anything more than comprehension behind his actions? Because we should live in a world we can govern, not merely in one which we must struggle to understand. For a moment her echoes turn to watch her, then one of them laughs, hollow and mocking. The color drains from Callistege's face and she takes a small step backward. This kind of thoughts, I don't even understand myself. Am I even me? Oh my god. I will think by myself a while, if that's all right with you. Yes, I will level Tibia then. We'd like to have his sucker punch better, and also other things, but let's see. We can take an extra effort. From 3 to 4. Interesting. Reach tier 3. Tall Tale Teller. All the party members gain 5% on machinery, mystical and natural law tasks. Could take that. The cipher limit increase. Lucky Combatant. Gain 15% on attacks. It hasn't been an issue for him to survive. But he could be more efficient in combat. And which abilities could he learn? 1 training in cipher use. Versatile. When flex skill is active, gain 5% bonus for each level of effort applied to tasks it affects. Brawler, ignore the flanked battle. Yeah, we want to get a little bit stronger at combat because we have been we have had so much difficulty in that. Select a skill to increase initiative. Act earlier in the turn order during crisis. Could be good at quick fingers. Also great, but we wanted to concentrate on improving the combat, so initiative would be what we would go for. At this, and we have focused on exploration before, and that worked, but combat was our great weakness, so now I believe we should go back.
Let's go.
Back here and into another tomb. Walk into the light.
Gladly.
Because we must confront the leader of the Children of the Endless Gate, and I think that won't be easy.
All
into
right.
This.
If you're sure it's
safe. What is that? That's also interesting. Let's look at that. The floating patch of darkness before you looks like a little like the dying minim you saw earlier. Only this one is even more closed. It is furled tight like a black unblossomed rose, as if it was looking for something to bring it to life. We'll examine it. The more you look at the minim, the more it seems to you like an unpollinated flower. It is dormant and looking for something to bring it to life, but what? Try to walk through the space. There's a slight resistance, as if you were pushing through a spider web, but otherwise nothing happens. You just end up on the other side of it, but still up on the same ledge. Try it again. Nothing happens. Leave it alone then. Yeah, maybe we should try all that fancy stuff that is around here
On it.
before we go back to the tombs. What is that? A Horden. What is that? This dusty ball is whiter than anything you've ever seen. At the mirror's touch, it swirls with a myriad of colors that shifts to different hues as you move your fingers. Take that, and
All
this crystal, or what is it? A huge crystal floats in front of you, seemingly unaffected by the wind that washes through the valley. Within, red and blue patterns lazily cycle and twist. The crystal hums softly, almost invitingly. It has been infused with tidal energy. Its colors are emblematic, and you can feel the tendrils of force that coil from it, stretching towards some distant, unknown destination. We'll examine it. We explore. The crystal swirls madly, and your mind is pulled back into memory, but not your own. This is a stranger's life, a life of torment, a lifelong torment. From his first conscious moment, he has been surrounded by monsters, a sacrifice to the unseen. A hair's thickness from consensus reality, horrors crawl and gibber, and he must howl with them or be devoured. Is that a metaphor for life? What a terrible one. When at last he can open a door to the world of sanity, to escape this endless pain, he does, and he steps through into an abattoir. Robed and hooded cultists devour the dead. They revere him for the journey he's undertaken. In their adulation, they strive to follow his path, wallowing in their own shame and agony. An endless burlesque of horror they hope will end in transcendence. He flees from them, from a darker menace inside him. But they follow inescapably his children. That could be the story of Inifir, the leader of the children of the Endless Gate. Except he doesn't want them to be his children, maybe. No matter where he hides, they linger on the other side of the door, awaiting a new revelation, making bloody offerings of themselves. Then one brings a different sort of offering, a dripping charnel sack that spills out a girl. Choi, the man calls her, still alive, just long enough to look at him while with pleading eyes before she's gutted. For you, the man says. He flees into a hellscape, into madness, but they follow him everywhere. Grinning, bloody, adoring children.
Making a note.
And this is also a metaphor, right? They are acting naively. They are only understanding the first layer. Nothing beyond. It is a metaphor for life. Where too many people, and you wouldn't know that, of course, fail to understand more than the first layer. The first layer is only the surface. There's so much more behind it, right? Then the crystal swirls before you again, and the memory fades, but something clings behind, like rancid grease. The horror of what was done to the girl Choi hangs on you. Your memory now as much as it was the man's, and his own suffering lingers too. The cultists who beset him seem little different from those who now haunt and harrow the valley. Perhaps by unraveling this crystal's tangled skein, you will learn some of their secrets. We'll examine it again then. The visions replay again, as they did last time, the scenes of abuse and horror burning themselves into your mind. The name Choi rings loudly, and again you are ejected into the conscious world. Will we find out not more? No. Not more is found out.
Of course.
There's still something here. Like, what is that? Silk ribbons and banners flap softly against the stone. These decorations are recent, perhaps several years old, but like everything else here, they have been forgotten.
All right.
And this strange cave, this small alcove, is about the size of a small hovel. Its sole virtue is that it is a shelter from the wind and from the sightlines of casual passers-by. The runes carved above its entrance fill your mind with a wordless message of catastrophic danger. The dust inside the alcove is undisturbed apart from a set of footprints that circles the interior. Their owner appears to have curled up in a corner under a ledge containing a small ebony box. The dust on that ledge has also been disturbed. Someone removed something long and thin, like a blade from this place. In its place is a crudely carved herder's crook. Someone slept here, didn't they? Says Rin. They wanted to hide, but they didn't know how to hide. She puts her hand in her pocket nervously. I hope they found someplace better to go. This doesn't feel like a place to stay. It feels like hunger. She hugs herself. Let's go. I don't like this place. But if it is Pandora's box, a curious Nano must open it. Look inside the ebony box. There's no sign of what this empty box once held, but you do note a carving of an eye at the bottom of the box with a pupil made of 2 crimson concentric rings. If you squint, you can just make out a human figure at the center of the eye, holding a sword in the air. That must have been the sword. Is that the symbol that is on that rock out there? We'll look again. Find nothing new inside the box. Just the edged eye at the bottom with a tiny sword-waving figure at the center, a 2-ringed pupil. We'll take the herder's crook. You casually reach out to take the crook. A white-hot bolt of energy strikes at your hand like a snake. There is no pain, but your entire arm goes momentarily numb. The energy races up through you, passing across your mind and out your other arm to merge back into the unassuming crook. You hear the echoes of voices, too soft to hear, leaving you only with a sense of what was said. Not yours. That is the message they burned into your mind with rapidly fading letters. Stay away. That makes us curious. We'll take it again. And the bolt of light lashes out at your hand, making your arm go numb. We'll leave the alcove. Now, is that the eye? I mean, it's an eye, but we don't see the pupil fighting, right? A sword. Ooh. Let's go back here. We could talk to Tantalum. Maybe he could tell us a little bit more too. Now that we've experienced some stuff. Hey friend, have you been seeking the secrets of the valley? I've read about 12 tombs. Great, keep searching. You're sure to find the answers you seek, he smiled gently. What do you have to trade? And what does he have? That would be good. Let's see. Sting charge. It's not bad. A battle axe does he have? Medium melee weapon of might, based on might. Not too bad. Shield of the Ketul Prince. This thing. A great axe. Wow, 14 physical damage. Oh my god. A reactive blight. Armor cost -6 to might, -6 to speed. When hit by an attack, grants the wearer protected, 2 armor to resistance. Only usable by us? What? Okay, I mean, that is probably something that we should buy. But it is -30% on esoteric attacks, so it's not that good. It protects us, but it also... and the rapier. It is is identical to that stuff we have. Let's have a look at our other people here. As a weapon we have the Quick Eyes Axe, that is pretty good. And we could try to find... I think she cannot use weapons though. I think that was it, right? Yeah. Callistege has that buzzer. We could use something better for it. Light ranged weapon based on speed. What do we have here? Verd. It's 15% on weapon attacks. Synth breastplate we also have here. Alright, that's the not as good version as this reactive plate. Slug Spitter, 10 physical damage, 1 per effort applied, max +4. Range long. Max +6. Yeah, well that's good because it's saving us points, right? What is that? Whispers? Intellect light melee weapon? That seems something like we want to take. An artifact. We would really love to have that. What is that? Callistege's dress? Exuvia. That's something we want for our cast, of course. The Shield of the Kettle Prince. Is that weapon two-handed? Ah, yes, it is.
Deadly little thing, isn't it?
Yeah, the Quick Eyes Axe is pretty great. We want something here, and what would it be? The Exuvia seems like just a great upgrade to this. I'm sorry for taking my time on this, but it's really necessary. We have been so bad at combat. We need to just to do something. Tiber's Sark. Yeah, cannot be unequipped. Okay. Well, I guess that was it. We should sell some stuff. Fragment of the organic metal vine you found growing in the Stich's lair. It shows some unusual magnetic properties. An oddity. Probably unusable. I'm reluctant to sell because we don't need any money, so we'll just take it with us anyways. So let's close this and go back to the tombs to explore. We're only going back there, and then I'm just already saying thank you for watching and happy gaming to you. This is Immanuel Khan signing out as soon as we reach the tomb and then thinking about where to go next. Join us in the next episode for
With alacrity.
more to find out. Also,
Of course.
exchange some of our equipment, of course. Where do we have it? The Exuvia. We haven't equipped it right now yet. Here, Exuvia. This form-fitting biological armor is very light and hardly restricts the wearer's movement at all. The mottled carpus appears different at each viewing, varying in color, pattern, and even texture when touched. Occasionally its appearance seems to shift subtly in a disconcerting manner. This sense of unease grows if the armor is observed for long stretches of time. When worn, the armor emits a dissonant hum at the edge of human hearing. It vanishes if the wearer focuses upon it, but it returns when their attention wanders. Tales speak of a Nano who once wore a similar armor. It challenged the greatest warriors of his time, allowing them to strike him over and over without ever attacking in return. The legends say that each of his frustrated opponents were later found flayed in their beds, yet somehow still alive. That sounds fun. What do we have here? Yes, the Whispers. The Whispers is good. Right? Can't we attack it? Can't we equip it? Yes, we can. Here, the Whispers. This carved grey crystal serves as a rough-hewn dagger. The crystal edge looks blunt and harmless, but it sharpens as you grasp it, and sharpens more the longer you focus on the blade. As you do so, you hear a soft whispering sound coming from right behind your head, but when you turn around, you see no one behind you. And I think I want this on the last cast-off. I mean, we have that infused crystalline shard. But Whispers is what we should be using here. Because it's so fitting for us, an intellect weapon. And we've got Tibia. Tibia is good. Alright, alright. So, join us next time when we explore this tomb further. Have a great time until then. This is Immanuel Khan signing out.